Welcome back to the 5-minute guitar tutorials. So today we are going to be talking and learning about some really simple walking bass lines that are both aesthetic and functional. So I use walking bass lines a lot in my work, working with both kids and with older adults. They can have some really functional aspects. One, they can make the song sound closer to the original recording, but also they can be very functional and be used for some therapeutic elements as well. So I'm going to be teaching you a chord progression, a simple walking bass line that I use frequently in my clinical work. And I'm going to showcase it in the song I Walk the Line. And you can see me talking to you here, but then we'll also have this second device so that you can see my fretboard as we are learning this bass line. So it's a pretty simple one that we're going to learn today. So this first bass line is the bass line from the song I Walk the Line by Johnny Cash. Now, this bass line is really simple if you're playing the song in C. I tend to both sing and play the song in C. I'm going to just play it really quickly so that you can hear it, and then we'll break it down. So, I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the ties that bind. Because you're mine, I'll walk the line. So that's the bass line. In case you couldn't see my hands, I am going from a C chord to a G chord to an F chord. Now, the point of using a bass line like this, especially working with older adults, there's two main things that I use it for. The first of which is a cueing mechanism. So if I'm cueing them to sing along, that pause is a lot more apparent, and even cueing the specific word that they might be singing on. Now, if I am working, I had an individual client that I worked with for a really long time who sometimes all he would need to hear is that note. So if he forgot the word and I gave him just in that pattern, he would be able to use that as a cue to recall the word that he needed to sing. Another reason to use this bass line is for motor planning. So if you're working on gross motor movement, things like walking in place, like gait training, anything kind of similar, a bass line like this would be really, really handy to have. So I am going to be including both sheet music and a tab along with this video. It'll be in the description, or it'll be linked in the description, but we're going to just learn it by rote right now, and then if you need the sheet music, you can use it later. So if you find your C chord, and this is the C chord that I'm using here, all you're doing is you're going to pluck on your, oh sorry, you can't see my plucking hand. You're going to pluck on your A string, and you're going to stay on that A string and move up the fretboard. So you're going to go 3, 2, 1, open, and as you're moving into the G chord, then you're on your E, plucking on E, and then you just go back the same way. 3, open, 2, 3. And I'm just alternating in my right hand between my A and D string, and back the other way. E and D, or you can do E and A, it's up to you. 3, open, 2, 3. And then for my F chord, I use what is called, it's not a full bar F, it's a half bar F. And so it makes this next movement a lot easier. So then I just go 3 on the A string, open D, 2 on D, 3 on D. And if you can see, my in my right or left hand, I'm not playing a full barred F chord. I am holding down and barring these first two fingers, and then I have my second finger on my G string and my third finger on my D string. So you're going to be playing the bass line on the D string. So you go on your A string, 3, open D, 2, 3, and then you just go back the same way. 3, 2, open 3. 3, 2, open 3. 3, open 2, 3. So that is that bass line, and you can use that in a variety of songs. And you can use that for motor planning or for cueing. So it can carry across different songs and different keys, but the easiest one to do it in is C. So if you want to change the song and use it in the same key, or capo it, that's always an option. But kind of the main thing that has to stay the same is the chord progression. So it does need to stay 1, 5, 4 chord progression, which is what I Walk the Line is. So I hope that that was helpful and a nice chord progression walking bass line to get you started if you didn't already know this one. And we'll see you next time.